Hey everybody, I've dug a soil pit in my backyard for Soil Genesis and Classification Laboratory. I've got my helper Star, who you might see come in and out of the picture here. And what I've done is dug a hole in my backyard with my excavator, and there's kind of a big hole right here in this pit face, and that's because there's a big rock I want to make sure to show you later. The first thing I've done is gone through with my knife and picked out boundaries. So the way I do that is I just take my knife and pick down and feel, and I feel to see if there are texture changes. Does it feel sandier? Does it feel clayier? I also will look for rocks. Rocks are always a good indication. So the types of rocks, are they rounded rocks? Are they igneous rocks? Are they sedimentary rocks? So just anything you can use to give you some clues to divide it up into as many horizons as you need for your purpose. So I've chosen to go with 5 horizons. You could go with 7, you could probably go with 8 if you wanted, but I've gone with 5 because I think they show the major differences. So I'm going to grab the camera here. So these are the horizons I've gone with. So I'm going to go with 0 to 18 centimeters, the dark A horizon. Then I got 18 to 38 centimeters. So it's still very dark color. But I felt like the clay content might have picked up a little bit and the structure changes just a little bit. Then from 38 to 66, it got maybe a little bit more brownish gray, less dark. The clay content seemed to change again. Then from 66 to 90, not terribly different from above, but I felt like there was enough of a difference. It seemed like the structure might have been just a little different there. And then from 90 to 124, it has certainly gotten more red in this profile. So those are the big differences that I was looking for when picking out the boundary. First thing I'm going to do is look for structure. So take your knife, push it in, get some pieces out, and then you want to manipulate them in your hand. So manipulate them, you want to break the pieces apart, see how they break naturally. This has a lot of rounded shapes in there, little strong little crumb structure. So I'm going to call that 3 medium granular structure. Now for the next horizon, same thing. Take your knife in, push it in, and see what you have. I'm going to grab this, try not to knock my nails out here. Okay, it doesn't quite, I would say honestly it still has granular structure in there. So I might go ahead and call it maybe a 2 medium granular structure in that second horizon. Third horizon. I put my knife in and really watch how the pieces are coming out. So you gotta break it out and you want to catch them while you do it. Sort of the trick there. Okay, see the units are bigger. So I push them with my hands. They'll break into smaller pieces. But the clay content's coming up too. The units want to stay bigger. For this third horizon, I'm going to say that this has subangular blocky structure. I think that's definitely a medium at least. And then SBK, and then I'll call those. For size is the one thing that I'm going to definitely grab my field book for describing soil profiles and sampling soils book and see what the structural sizes are. So for structure, and I need to find the right page. So for angular and subangular blocky, I like to just literally set my pieces on there and say, what are we looking at? So it says coarse is 20 to 50 millimeters. So I'd say that's coarse. So I'm going to call that moderate coarse subangular blocky. That's for the third one. The fourth horizon, so 66 to 90. 66 to 90, make sure I'm on the right one. Now, push my knife in there. I can kind of see that it wants to come out in these long pieces. Now it is really wet, and I'm digging around this spot here that has this rock, but get in there. Soils are quite plastic. They're kind of like Velveeta cheese. What I'm looking for is to see if I've got some skyscrapers like this. Also, I must say, I've just uncovered a very perfect slick inside here. So that means I want to note that I have slick insides, and I'll be putting SS in my horizon name. So this will be a BTSS horizon now that I've found such a good slick inside. So I'll go ahead and write that down right now. BTSS for the 4th horizon in my names here. So make a note under Penn's void surface features, I believe, that I have slick insides. And so I'm going to say that I have prismatic structure. So I might say moderate, because it's so wet and so plastic right now. There's another slick inside where that one broke apart. So how do I know it's a slick inside? Because it's as smooth as it is. There's a smooth grooved surface. And I'm going to take some macro shots too to take a picture of that. But that smooth surface like that, that's coming from the shrinking and thawing action of clay. So shrinking and thawing. I mean shrinking and swelling action of clay. Shrink and swell for a long time and you get these smoothed off features like that. So I'll finish the thought here. So I'm going to call that 2 medium prismatic structure for the 4th horizon. And on the 5th horizon, let's see. I can't quite tell if I have this prismatic structure here, but I feel like I definitely have granular structure for sure. Blocky structure for sure. So I think I'll call this 2 and then coarse subangular blocky. So moderate coarse subangular blocky for that horizon. So I just wanted to show a little closer up of that slick inside that I was showing. So it might kind of look like it, see how it's all smoothed off, and you might think, oh, that's your knife mark that made that. No, that's a real mark that was in there between 2 peds that I discovered when I was looking at the structure. By the way, my dog is in the soil pit with me here. She's trying to catch some frogs that she's been finding all over the place. So, oh, there's one right there. See Star's frog? Where's your frog? Can't find it now. Ah, there it is. So anyways, the slick inside, that's what the slick inside is. It's caused by the shrinking and swelling of clays as they slide past. So imagine another piece sitting on top there, and it would be sliding past this piece over time, shrinking and swelling because of the high smectite clays that are present in this type of soil.